The headlines in Manila are grim. Luzon grid on red alert. Lights flicker, air conditioners stall, millions brace for blackouts. For Filipinos, this fear is all too familiar, the threat of darkness, of a city grinding to a halt. Today, October 10, 2025, the energy crisis is no longer a distant threat, it's here. The Philippines stands on the edge, decades of progress at risk. The root of the problem lies deep beneath the sea. The nation relies on a single massive source of natural gas. Malampaya. For over 20 years, Malampaya has powered homes, hospitals, and industries. But now, its reserves are running dry. Every flicker of light is a warning, time is running out. Imagine Manila without power, hospitals in chaos, businesses shuttered, daily life paralyzed. The digital infrastructure that connects the country to the world would collapse. The modern world cannot function without electricity. This is the future the Philippines is desperate to avoid. The crisis is one of dependence on a resource that once seemed limitless. Malampaya was a miracle clean domestic energy that reduced reliance on expensive, dirty imports. It was a pillar of stability. But all resources have limits. The countdown has begun, and the government is racing against the clock. The stakes could not be higher. The nation's energy security hangs by a thread. The challenge is immense. The story of Malampaya is a story of hope, and now, of urgent action. The question is no longer if the crisis will hit, but when. The time to act is now. The fate of millions depends on what happens next. Deep beneath the West Philippine Sea, the Malampaya Gas Field has been the heart of the nation's energy system. For 2 decades, its gas traveled through a 504-kilometer pipeline to power plants in Batangas, lighting up Luzon. At its peak, Malampaya supplied up to 40% of Luzon's electricity, fueling cities, villages, and industries. It gave the Philippines energy independence and cleaner air, reducing reliance on volatile imports. The project generated immense revenue, funding social services and infrastructure. Malampaya was a lifeline, a symbol of progress, but lifelines fray. Engineers have long known the reserves were finite. Now the field is old, pressure is dropping, and output is declining. Soon, it won't be able to meet the power plant's needs. The silent giant is growing weak. The nation faces a difficult question. What happens when the gas stops flowing? The answer could mean blackouts, economic turmoil, and lost progress. The urgency is real. The Philippines must find a new path or risk losing everything Malampaya built. The clock is ticking. The next chapter must be written now. The nation's future depends on it. Without Malampaya, the future looks dark, expensive, and unstable. The Philippines would return to heavy reliance on imported fuels, subject to global price shocks and supply disruptions. Higher fuel costs mean higher electricity bills for everyone. Families would struggle, businesses might close, and jobs would be lost. Billions in government revenue would vanish, replaced by massive import bills. The power grid, already strained, would face blackouts and rotating brownouts. Schools, factories, and hospitals would be hit hard. This isn't just inconvenience, it's a threat to society's foundation. The country's digital economy, foreign investment, and quality of life all depend on reliable energy. If that foundation cracks, progress unravels. The nation would be at the mercy of global markets. This is the stark reality driving the government's urgent response. The gamble is massive, but the alternative is unacceptable. The Philippines must act, or risk a step backward into darkness. The stakes are clear. The time for bold solutions is now. The nation's future hangs in the balance. The world is watching. The next move will define a generation. To avert disaster, the government and energy partners have launched Malampaya Phase 4. The mission: find and develop new gas reserves near the aging field. Drilling 2 new deepwater wells, Malampaya East and Ilocos 1, could extend the project's life. But this is a high-stakes gamble. Drilling thousands of meters below the seabed is risky and expensive. The team is a global force. Filipino engineers and international experts racing against time. Every day of delay brings the country closer to a power deficit. The technical challenges are immense, requiring advanced technology and flawless coordination. If successful, Phase 4 will be a landmark achievement for the Philippine energy sector. But first, they must find the gas. The clock is ticking. The nation's hopes ride on this daring plan. Failure is not an option. The pressure is immense. The world waits for the outcome. The Deepwater Pontus, a state-of-the-art drill ship, has arrived in Philippine waters. Its presence marks the start of a high-stakes operation. This floating industrial city is capable of drilling in water over 3,000 meters deep. For many, it's a symbol of hope, a tool that could save the nation from darkness. On board, international drillers and Filipino technicians work around the clock. Their mission to find new gas and secure the country's future. The arrival of the Pontus is the result of years of planning and negotiation. Securing such a vessel was a major victory. The project is now officially underway. The nation is no longer waiting for the lights to go out. It's taking action. As the drill bit descends, anticipation fills the air. The entire country watches and waits. The journey of the Deepwater Pontus mirrors the Philippines' own struggle for energy security. The stakes are enormous. The outcome will shape the nation's destiny. The world is watching. If Phase 4 succeeds, the immediate benefit is clear. More gas, more power, more time. This buys the country a crucial window to develop renewable energy. Solar, wind, geothermal. Phase 4 is a bridge to a more resilient energy future. Success would boost investor confidence, showing the Philippines can handle complex projects. The project creates jobs and builds local expertise. Filipino engineers gain world-class skills, strengthening the nation's human capital. This knowledge will fuel future energy projects and new industries. The ripple effect is huge. Today's success builds tomorrow's capacity. The project is a national training ground. It's an investment in people, not just power. The skills learned here will shape the country's future. The benefits go far beyond the gas itself. The nation's next generation is being empowered. The promise of energy comes with real risks. Drilling deep beneath the sea threatens a fragile marine ecosystem. A blowout or spill could devastate fisheries and coastal communities. Operators insist on strict safety measures, advanced technology, emergency plans, constant monitoring. Environmental scientists track every impact, aiming to minimize harm. The challenge powers the nation without destroying its natural heritage. The project's success will be measured by safety as much as output. Industry, government, and environmental stewards must work together. The balance is delicate, and the world is watching. The stakes are as high for nature as for energy. The Philippines stands at a crossroads. The Malampaya Phase 4 project is the nation's boldest gamble yet. Success means stability, growth, and time to build a sustainable future. Failure means blackouts, economic pain, and hard choices. The entire country watches the Deepwater Pontus, hoping for a miracle beneath the sea. The outcome will ripple through every Filipino life. The stakes could not be higher. The final chapter of Malampaya is being written now. The fate of a nation hangs in the balance. The world is watching and waiting for the answer.